A moment of silence for those who didn't triple captain Salah. Also, unlucky!
No Salah, you little dancer!
You can actually see my live reaction to all of the sexy Salah goals in the video I uploaded yesterday. So don't be a cheeky scrub. I suggest you watch that right now, thanks. But now, it's time to look ahead at Gameweek 27. The FPL Gameweek team selection. First, we give a review on how last week went. Then we look forward on to next week, selecting our team, making transfers, and choosing our captain. We're in Gameweek 26. I scored 124 points. Yeah, boy! Which made my overall rank go up to 54k in the world. This is before the Arsenal-Wolves game, where I don't have any players playing in it. So that's definitely not going to stay as a green, okay.
I like it.
Where my sexy team finished like this. Where I was so close to making all different kinds of transfers last week, you know, lads. Ones that included bringing in the likes of Son, Zaha, Saka, Van Dijk, Diaz, Weghorst, literally anybody who got points. I was this close to bringing them in. And no, the one player I decided to bring in myself was Cornet. That is actually the most cheekiest scrub behaviour I've ever seen in my life, as not only does he get 1 point in this double after he gets injured in the first game, doesn't play for the second, but he might also be injured for his second double, which was the only reason I got a Burnley in, and I only brought him in to not free it this week. And now he might be injured, so now I might have to free it anyway, when I could just got someone else better in anyway. So that is actually the world's biggest unlucky! And Bacon Boy is officially now the world's biggest, cheekiest scrub. Nah, I actually can't believe it. But thankfully, thank the FPL gods that I also made the best ever FPL decision of my life in the same game week. Where, like a lot of you sexy fellas out there, we decided to triple captain Mo Salah, you little dancer, hey! Where I was actually a big boy dancer celebrating his 28-pointer tripled to 84. What? Mad. I've never had a player score that many points. Wow. Wait, no, hang on. I haven't scored 84 points since game week 9. So Salah, triple captain this week, has actually outscored my entire game week scores for 23 game weeks of mine. And we're literally in game week 26. Okay, Salah, could have been better, but I'll accept it. Fair play. And what else I will definitely accept is the 124 pointer my team got here, including small returns from the Benjamin Foster and Trent Beckham, differential hauls from Bruno Fernandes and the silky Rafinha. Then all the rest of them were actually blankers, but they all helped me gain for what is right now a green arrow. Definitely going to be red, but right now it's green, alright? I'm recording this before the final game, so I'm just going to close my eyes and not open them until the next FPL deadline, and then it's a green arrow, right? Yeah, okay, I'll do that. But now it's actually time. Time is it, Bacon Boy? Time to get a watch. Ha, amazing joke. But it's time to move on to the Game Week 27 preview. Let's preview it. To the blank and double Game Week 27 preview, that is, where Bacon Boy has some real proper decisions to make, you know. I've only got about 3 brain cells, and I think we might actually have to use 4 of them today. We're looking at my team right here. Yeah, it's just proper wibbly wobbly, isn't it? Oh dear. If you Google the world's biggest mud pool, my team will just come up because it's actually in the mud. Where before transfers, I do actually already have 12 outfield players with a fixture, right? That's pretty good, more than most, right? But then you realise Pedro and King are a doubt, who both play for the wobbly Watford anyway, so I don't even want them. And Cornet, my only doubler, is also an injury doubt. So I'm down 3 injuries there already. But then we've also got the triple West Ham against a tough cookie Wolves team with Ben Johnson unlikely to play anyway, and then Antonio unlikely to play well ever again. Then we have the likes of Lamptey, who could be a rotation risk and just not play, and Digne, who is allergic to FPL points this season apparently. So just for this week, I literally have maybe 5 good players. Meanwhile, every single geezer and then Nan are going to be free hitting. So that begs the question. Do I just stop being a cheeky scrub and just hit that button? Do I just free it, as I do actually still have 2 of them? As my plans were originally not to free it this week. That is why I brought the Cornet in. But I am going to wildcard in Game Week 28 if I do free it now. Or instead of that, I could free it next week in Game Week 28 instead of now, and then wildcard in 29 after, because no matter what, I'm going to be wildcarding very soon, either 28 or 29. But if I actually keep my free hit this week and use it next week instead, that means I can actually be a snack attacker and attack the double game weeks a lot more than just trying to cover the blank, which surely is a bit more of an upside, right? Realistically, if I'm free hitting, I'm getting like 1 or 2 extra fixtures and a 3 or 4 extra good players. But if I free it next week, not only could I have a better team just for that double, I could have a better team for the Game Week 29 double and moving forward. Hey, that sounds pretty good. So either way, I am going to be wildcarding very soon, and it just depends. If I free it this week, then I'll be wildcarding 28. If I free it next week, then I'll be wildcarding 29. Do I do it now? Do I pull it towards me? Or do I push it away for 1 more week? But using FPL.team right here, if I were to free it this week, it would probably look something like this, giving me much more City, Spursy, Southampton and Burnley players than I do right now, and just much better fixtures for the entire week. But then also using FPL.team again to look at my potential team right now after some potential moves, where I am thinking of a -4 of Salah and Pedro to Son and Weghorst. My team could look like this. So the one on the left is a potential free hit that I could get this week if I free it this week. And then the one on the right is my normal team after I take a hit. Free hit versus hit. Now the left team is obviously much better, right? Because we got the double Burnley defense, who are, the only team doubling, so just much better there. Along with more Man City, Southampton and double Spursy attack as well, who all could do very, very good this week. Meanwhile, on the right, we actually cover almost all of those bases with a Man City defender, so at least we got a Man City player there. Potentially 2 Burnley players, so, not missing out too much. Bruno Fernandes for the Red Devils, so, still some Man United cover. And also Son for a Spursy to cover that as well. But obviously, not as good, right? Because it's not going to be better than a free hit. Meaning, the main gain I would actually get from a free hit this week would actually be going more in on Southampton, who even though play Norwich very bad, they can be quite unpredictable, You're not really going to see Broja with a hat-trick or anything. Probably not, right? Then Man City, who could be a complete rotation nightmare. You never know. Sterling and Mahrez could be benched, and then it's complete waste. And even though I think Everton are pretty damn bad right now, I don't think it's going to be a 4-5-0. Maybe 2 or 3, but not too many goals, And also, I could have more Man United and Spursy players who will literally just lose to anyone because they're just absolute banter clubs, aren't they? So actually, it might not even work out. Wow. Now, is that me just trying to convince myself that free hitting this week is not a good idea? Maybe. But I'm definitely not saying that the free hit won't get more points on my team, because it just will, right? Every free hit team should outscore your team, because that's how free hit should work, right? It literally gives you the perfect team. But the fact that I can actually get to a pretty close team already with 2 transfers instead of using the free hit, I'm actually leaning towards keeping it this week and then maybe using it next week instead. That's so if I can free it in Game Week 28, I could actually get a team that looks like this. Where that would allow me to heavily attack Wolves, Villa and Leeds right here, the teams with the doubles. I could also get Newcastle, but I think I might just avoid them. But also, those teams are teams I don't really want to keep a longer term for the rest of the season, right? I could maybe keep an asset or 2 moving forward on a wildcard anyway, but I'm definitely not likely to keep a triple up of Wolves, Villa and Leeds, am I? No, thank you. But then, if I do that, I can attack that double, so I surely get more points in that double game week than a lot of other people. But then, it actually allows me to go light in Game Week 28 on Spurs, Chelsea, Man City, and a few other teams that probably aren't going to score too many points that week, but are teams I want moving forward after, and some of them have a double in Game Week 29. So I could free it in Game Week 28 to attack that double more, which surely gives me more upside than free it in this week in this blank and small double because it's only Burnley. And then I can wildcard in Game Week 29 instead of Game Week 28, which not only allows me to attack that double, I can also prepare for blank Game Week 30 a lot more because we should get the fixtures for that one so we know who's not playing there. But also I can set up my team much better moving forward and for the rest of the season. Oh. Yeah, that sounds like a perfect idea to me. Now, the only reason I think this strategy is the best for me right now is only because I'm guaranteed to wildcard in Game Week 28 or 29, just because I got triple West Ham, triple Watford, absolute mess, right? And the fact that I am kind of prepared for this blank/double, and the fact I have 2 free hits, I think this strategy right here is the best for Bacon Boy right here. So a lot of the chin wagging going on there, but it does have to be done because I do have to decide if I want to free it this week or if I wait to do it next week instead. So right now, Bacon Boy very much leaning towards a free it next week, not free it in this week, which also means I will probably do the hit of Salah and Pedro out to bring in Son and Weghorst. Amazing. Which not only gives me a full team, which not only covers most of the bases on the free hit, but also I actually have some cover on the bench if I need it as well. What? I mean, when some cover looks like that, then that's not good, but still, it's still cover at least. Now, I could still change my mind and free it, but to be honest, I think someone's going to have to proper spin my jaw to change my mind now. I think I'm set on what I am doing. And to be honest, I haven't actually seen many people do what I'm going to do. And I'm definitely not doing what I'm doing because it's different, but I want to do it. So those could be my moves and my team already. The captaincy then. Ooh, who is going to be the lucky fella to get that armband slapped on his head or his arm and be my captain this week? Well, you know what? It's a double game week. You can't go a double game week without captaining a double game week player, can you? No. So, the one and only Dutch Donny man himself, Wout Weghorst, is going to be my captain. Wahey! I definitely won't doubt him for a second. He is going to score all the goals against these two wibbly-wobbly defences. And I'm going for him over potentially bringing in a Burnley defender to captain, just because those two teams, I think, are more likely to concede more goals rather than Burnley keep a clean sheet against them. So that is what I'm going for. But that right there is actually my team selection done with eventually. So I will definitely confirm on the Twitter well in time if I do change my transfer plans, because if I do get another injury in my team, it might push me closer to that free hit. I think Josh King is out now, so oh dear. But I think I am deciding to do an unfree hit this week, free hit next week, wildcard game week 29. That would be absolutely saucy stuff. Lovely. That is going to be it for today. So thanks for watching. And also, remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.